Sweet Wednesday is here in the house at QATV. Welcome to Lisa Hausman, Dave Falk. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Great to have you here, and we're looking forward, too, to a little performance here in studio from you after this little chat, Lisa. But tell us, first of all, a little bit about how you guys came together, how Sweet Wednesday formed.
Let's see. Well, we met at a wonderful place called the Natick Center for the Arts out in Natick. And we met at an open mic. Dave was a little bit rock, and I was kind of folky.
Okay.
And we were just both really interested in each other's songwriting and what each other was doing. So we decided to collaborate. And yeah, it was really cool because, you know, Dave was like, I really like that folk music. You know, he's
Okay.
like,
Great
I want to
lyrics.
learn more about that. You know,
That's
and I was
right,
like,
thank you.
wow, you can do all this cool rock stuff. I would love to incorporate more of that. So
kind of an instant attraction, opposites attracting kind of thing?
yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, we had some musical common ground as well, but
Right.
then and also, you know, I was like, oh, I'd really like to do some harmonies, and Dave had the same idea, and just instrumentally also, you know, we had a lot of ideas about what we wanted to do on each other's songs, and then we started writing together.
Now that was, 14 years ago. So how long from when you first met to becoming kind of a duet, if you will?
Well, let's see. I mean, we started out, we were just guesting on each other's songs. We were
Okay.
still performing separately. So actually, it took a couple years before we decided to form Sweet Wednesday,
Yeah.
and you know, just have it be its own thing. But once we decided to, you know, make ourselves an entity,
Yeah.
because people also got confused, or we would be like, you know, it's Dave Falk and Lisa Hausman performing, or Lisa Hausman, Dave Falk, and people are like, that's a lot to remember.
Yep.
So,
Because those are your real names, right?
yeah, those are our real names.
Not stage names, yeah.
Yeah, I would think, well, really Sweet Wednesday was when we first made a record together, because
Okay.
we thought, you know, on the radio and whatnot, we didn't want to give people so much to say.
Right. So the record then, you know, when that came about, Dave, what did it sound like, man? How long did it take to put together, and did it incorporate both your styles? Was it a little folky, a little rocky, you know?
It took a few years, probably. You say it was a few years to put together.
Okay.
And originally we made a record called Best Medicine, where it was just acoustic. But then we got really excited to play with a band, and our producer was good friends with the band, the Swinging Stakes, who are a great band who've toured in the past with the band and the Black Crows, and we're on Mountain Stage. And so we became friendly with them, and they played on our first and second record. So some of the members of that band.
So how many albums have you had altogether?
We're working on a third one right now, but we have 2 albums and an EP together.
Okay.
So,
And how would you describe Sweet Wednesday if somebody were to ask you, what kind of music do you guys play?
Americana, folk rock, roots rock music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who would you say would be in your influences?
Definitely Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen.
Suzanne Vega, Natalie Merchant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So really a wide variety.
Yeah.
Now you guys write your own material also? Or
Yes.
Lisa, you are the writer for the group?
No, we both write.
You both write, so you collaborate together? Okay. What do you look for inspiration when you're trying to put a song together?
Oh gosh, just, you know, everything from, like, you know, personal experiences, the world around us. I mean, we've toured quite a bit, and so you always meet like very interesting people out on tour, and you know what they're going through, what their experiences are, is always very inspiring for us as well. You know, I think, and then our little daughter Jasmine is a source of inspiration.
Sure.
Yeah, we just try to write about also issues that we really care about, and just stories that we feel need to be told.
Okay, so kind of harkening back to the days of folk music when it was popular and mainstream and had a message to go with it. Now, when you're writing, are you both also co-producing, or do you have somebody that collaborates with you on that part of it?
Well, we produced our 2 full full band production records we did with Rob Ignazio, who's a fantastic producer, and he'll be doing the 3rd one as well.
Oh, all right,
So,
very good.
yeah.
Stay tuned, because Sweet Wednesday is performing right here in studio.
to the place with that look on your face and the feeling that it all went wrong. I wanted to tell you, I decided to put it in song. I wanted to know you, I wanted to show you, I want you to know who I am. We're caught between a million miles, but we can understand. Hey, my, what are you trying to hide? I'm sitting here talking to myself again, going, hey, my. Break through the mystery, forget our history. I don't even know where to start. I'm walking the plank and the daggers of my broken heart. I don't know what to feel, I don't know what is real, I don't even know my own name. Well, I've tripped on the bricks and the mortar and the fires of shame. Hey, my, what are you trying to hide? I'm sitting here talking to myself again, going, hey, my. My, what are you trying to hide? Sitting here talking to myself again, going, hey, my, hey, my, hey, my, my.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Well, we bundled you up, thought we could take that chance. And your grandma, grandpa, they held you to dance. And we didn't know where our journey would lead. You had bunnies on your feet and one on your sleeve. And your first year, yes, your first year, reach your hand out, smile at the wind. In your first year, yes, your first year, it's all brand new. It's where we begin, yeah. And it was like a storm played on a violin. Our Canadian friends got caught up in the wind. As we blew across mountains, we blew across tents, across valleys and rivers and mountains again. And we stopped in the wreckage of a far western town. Fireweed in your hair, you were looking around. Sat down in a field with some floating souls there, and I gave you some bread and you wanted to share. And the old woman said, that's the first smile I've had in a very long time. Now I'll never feel sad. In your first year, yes, your first year, learn to laugh now. And language is 3 in your first year, yes, your first year like a needle. You did repair me. With your small starfish hands and your sea monster snore, you burst into our lives like a creature of yore. When you held on to me, I tried not to bend, not to fall. And you slept on a rooftop, you slept in a field, and under 12 stars and over 4 wheels. As we raced across the country, our small ragtag band, to sing people's songs and hold people's hands. You were happy just riding on somebody's hip, like a mermaid perched top of a very large ship. And you sipped honeysuckle from flowers with me, and you hiked in the hills and the woods with Marie. And into dark places sometimes we descend, but we wandered and wandered till we found our friends. In your first year, yes, your first year making noises, learning to speak. In your first year, yes, your first year crawling out there, you'll make no retreat now. Till your next year, yes, your next year, you'll be running the green, gold, and blue. In your next year, yes, your next year, hear birds humming, they're racing for you, yeah. My little one, my little one, my little one, my little one. So my love, well, I must leave, but I will be back soon. We shall hold each other again with the return of 3 new moons. When the days grow long and the night gets cold, do you think about me? Could it save your soul? Darling, here I am. You know you got to be brave. There's a place for us somewhere beyond the grave. See our ships hit by a storm, seen waves about a mile high. Seems that we've been swallowed by the sea, never again to see the sky. When the day's gone and the night gets cold, do you think about me?
could it save your soul? Darling, here I am. You know you got to be brave. There's a place for us somewhere beyond the grave. Been searching for so long, been dying to see you. I'm running in circles, I've been running to meet you. See your ghost fly through the air, neath the winter stars so bright. When the moon is full and takes an orange glow, that's where our souls ignite. When the day is bright and the night gets cold, do you think about me? Could it save your soul? Darling, here I am. You know you got to be brave. There's a place for us somewhere beyond the grave. When the days grow long and the night gets cold, do you think about me? Could it save your soul? Ooh, da, 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 da.
I'm joined today by Andy and Judy Daigle, who will be playing some folk music for us. How did you get started in the music business?
Judy and I have been married for 3 years now, but we've known each other for 9 or 10, and we found out that we had a mutual interest in music, and started out by singing at fundraising shows, and we would put on benefit shows. We realized that we could perform our own music, so we started performing about 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. You also just got back from a tour recently, correct?
Yep. We started out in Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
and then went out to Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska, and did 8 shows out there over a 12-day span.
Where are you originally from?
I born in Maine,
Mm-hmm.
but I did most of my youth growing up in upstate New York, north of Syracuse.
Yeah. Did you have a history in music in your family, or?
My family was very musical. I'm the youngest of 5,
Mm-hmm.
and both of my parents did things with music. My mother especially did a lot with shows and plays and things like that. But right down the line, we're all pretty musical.
Yeah. Your siblings also play instruments as well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Now, what instruments do you play?
I play guitar, 12-string guitar, harmonica, and percussion.
Mm-hmm. Judy?
I play guitar, mandolin, piano, and little bits here and there of other things that you pick up along the way.
So what musicians inspired you to do folk music? Are there any particular, or?
Well, my mom had Peter, Paul, and Mary record. She had one, and I learned all 12 songs.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it. So I thought I knew them all. And then when I met Andy, and he really knew folk music, that was my only thing I knew was Peter, Paul, and Mary record. And he showed me all of them, and they have 250-something songs, and I knew 12, and didn't really know as many as I thought, but basically it was a Peter, Paul, and Mary record.
Again, being the youngest of 5, my family members knew about John Prine, and they knew about Buffy Sainte-Marie and Joan Baez and Bob Dylan and people like that. So those are the songs that we would sing in the car as we're driving around. So I had a pretty good background with the old-time traditional folk people.
Judy, your website mentions that you're related to someone named Fred Pike. Could you tell us a little bit about him?
Fred Pike was a big bluegrass guy. He played with all the biggies down in Nashville and everywhere around. He was in his brother's band. They were called the Pike Brothers. And he ended up moving up to Maine and bringing bluegrass up there. He had a big festival that he would run every year, and all the people who played bluegrass from all over the country would come up there. And he's since passed on, but bluegrass is pretty big in Maine now, so. and he's kind of credited with bringing it up there.
We play mostly originals. We have 3 albums out already. We do all kinds of types of music. We are folk musicians, as we've spoken about earlier, but it's sort of sometimes it has a country flavor to it, sometimes it has a gospel flavor to it. We do some a cappella pieces. We're sort of all over the map.
Thank you both for being with me today.
Thanks,
Thank
Brian.
you.
Appreciate it.
We settled ourselves in a small town. We had barely enough to get by. You worked and you tried hard to provide. We were rich in things money can't buy. In the evening when the chores were through, on the porch we'd catch up on the day. Then you would stand and reach out your hand, and I have this one, you'd say. And the moon and the stars would shine down their light. The nightingale sang from the tree. We would dance there in the night, holding each other in the breeze. It's you and I dancing in the breeze. Summer seemed to go on forever, heat and dust as far as you could see. The pond was our pool, the water was cool, with a rope to swing out from the tree. Some nights our friends would head to town to forget about life for a while. As the bar band played, they drank and swayed, but we had the best band for miles. And the moon and the stars would shine down their light. The nightingale sang from the tree. We would dance there in the night, holding each other in the breeze. It's you and I dancing in the breeze. Though we're getting on in years, there's still one thing that we hold dear. And each night we still head outside, where the moon and the stars shine down their lights. The nightingale sings from a tree. We dance there in the night, holding each other in the breeze. It's you and I dancing in the breeze, holding each other in the breeze. Just you and I dancing in the breeze. They say the road less traveled is the hard way, though our other feet have trod before.
my dreams lead me down a different road, overgrown and hard to see. No one ahead for me to follow. I had to do what's right for me. Follow your dreams, though it takes you through the brambles and the briars. Walk your own path, let your passion fuel the fires. You never know what wonders will be seen unless you follow your dream. Though some days may be hard to stay true, this rocky path can seem so long. Let your heart guide you. Keep on singing your own song. Follow your dreams, though it takes you through the brambles and the briars. Walk your own path, let your passion fuel the fire. You never know what wonders will be seen unless you follow your dream. You cannot win if you don't try. Keep on reaching for the sky. With your dreams you can fly. Follow your dreams, though it takes you through the brambles and the briars. Walk your own path, let your passion fuel the fires. You never know what wonders will be seen unless you follow your dreams. You never know what wonders will be seen unless you follow your dreams. Follow your dreams.
Well, I rolled into Tulsa town with trouble on my mind. The dogs and the bosses are closing from behind. They chase me from car to car in every stop and town. But I'm always a step ahead when I hit that ground. I got no roots now. No, I got no lay down time that hold me back, so
Don't hold me,
I have no chains that binds, keep on moving.
I'm moving,
I'm blazing
my own trail.
Wanna find me, you're gonna
Find me on that rail.
I find myself in hobo camps up and down the line. Beans and the fires are burning all the time. They keep me warm for just one night, the stories and the songs. Before the sun I pack my bags,
Then I move along.
I got no roots now.
Roots now,
No, I got
no lay down
that
time.
hold me back, so
Don't hold me,
I have no chains that binds, keep on moving.
I'm moving,
I'm blazing
my own trail.
Wanna find me, you're gonna
Find me on that rail.
I started on my travels to leave despair and dust. The factories all gone quiet, the cities turned to rust. Fellow travelers, my salvation, my family and my friends will come across this country till glory is our end. I got no roots now,
Roots
no,
now,
I got no
lay down
that
time.
hold me back, so
Don't hold me,
I have no chains that binds, keep on moving.
I'm moving,
I'm blazing
my own trail.
Wanna find me, You're gonna find me on that rail. You wanna find me, you're gonna find me on that rail.